Parenting is hard. In fact, it's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And sometimes as a parent, you think, man, I feel guilty that I'm not able to spend enough time with my kids, or I'm not able to do this, or maybe I failed in this way. And so I'm going to indulge them a little bit. I'm going to let that go or let that go. I'm just going to, I'm not going to make an issue out of this. I'm just going to, make peace. David did that too. Let's take a look at how that all turned out. In 2 Samuel chapter 13, Amnon had a friend. Amnon was the king's oldest son, crown prince. He had a friend, a cousin really, named Jonadab. Amnon was in love with his half-sister, Tamar. Wanted her more than anything in the world, and she was a virgin, which means that she could get married. But he knew that it was against God's law to marry your sister. Pretty good law. Jonadab, his friend, says, here's what you do. You act like you're sick. Then you say, I won't take food from anybody in the world except for my sister Tamar. And then when she comes in, shut the door and have her alone. He doesn't have to finish. He doesn't finish. They both know what they're talking about. Rape. And this is exactly what Amnon does. He ends up raping his own sister and then kicks her out. And she tells her brother, Absalom. Now, when David finds out about it, he's enraged. He can't believe that one of his sons would rape one of his daughters. And that was it. He got mad, but didn't do anything about it. So 2 years go by, and her brother Absalom murders Amnon in plain sight of a whole bunch of people. And David hears about it, and he's outraged again. You murdered your brother. And Absalom flees, goes away, and David does nothing. In fact, David misses him, and so he, 3 years later, says, hey, why don't you come back home? Never even addresses the situation of the murder of his brother or the rape of his sister. None of that. He indulged his kids because, he was always away being king and fighting battles, and, I made my own mistakes. I killed Uriah the Hittite. I had a relationship with Bathsheba, and, stuff happens. So he didn't teach his kids through discipline what they needed to learn. God has called us as parents to not be absentee, to not be laissez-faire, but to be tired. If you're parenting right, you're going to be tired at the end of the day because junk happens and junk needs to be addressed, but you address it biblically. You explain, okay, the reason why you don't do this is because this. And there should be consequences. It takes time to think about consequences and what would be the best consequence, what will get their attention. It takes time to be a parent. David didn't take that time. As a parent, be careful what you let go. Maybe today you're not a parent. I want to speak to you for a moment. If you're not a parent today, I want you to know this. If you have someone who's pressuring you, like Amnon was pressuring Tamar to have sex outside of marriage, they don't love you. He was saying, my love for her is so strong. It was lust. And the proof of that was after they were done, he wanted no part of her. If someone's pressuring you sexually, they're not your friend. They don't love you. They just lust after you. Maybe you're not a parent. Here's another application. Who are the friends in your life? Do you have a Jonadab in your life who is telling you to do something that's the wrong thing? They're not your friend either. So much in this passage. I hope you find yourself somewhere in here, and I hope that God has something for you. God bless you guys. Have a great day.